Welcome to 7 Days to Die Sorcery mod for Alpha 19. This is going to be just an introduction video to the fire spellcast and the fire spell abilities. I am in cheat mode so that I can give myself the points and skills to be able to progress through that. But what I'm going to do first, this is a brand new game on a brand new map. I'm going to go ahead and start the sorcery quests so that you can see how you get your very first spell cast, because that has been a question. So I'm going to go, if you notice you get this nice little scroll book, sorcery book. So I'm going to read it. Alright, there's little time to explain, so listen carefully. If you noticed it by now, have you not? The world is different. There's something much worse on the horizon. The first blood moon. That's when it was discovered. Essence. The elders believe that essence to be life and creation itself. You won't survive much longer as a mundane, so take this and make haste. Unknown. So we're going to accept that quest. And then run for our lives. Oh, got hit. Okay. All you have to do is run. It is scary. They can hurt you, but then they die. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and loot their bodies. Very important to do. Get a little bit of lightning essence there. Some potions. Health potion, spirit potion, some spells and essence. Oh. Alright, so this is the follow-up here. So what the hell? Meteors, fallen, elders, blood moons. None of this makes sense. Who the hell is this unknown or Altin? What do they mean mundane? Maybe this chest has answers. I should see what's inside. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And if you did notice that for just completing that opening quest, you do get Altin's chest. Alright. And one last body here. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chest down. And see if I can make this my active quest line here. Alright, so you can see all that. Alright, put it down. Does a nice little hover. Go ahead and open it up. Alright, so you get a couple of good things. You get the Conjure Fire Gear scroll. You get an Enchanted Mortar, a little bit of armor. And then you get your spell cast. Definitely need your spell cast. I'm going to put that right there. A travel potion, and arcane vision spell. Alright, so you can see that part of the quest is to gather the sorcerer armor, and the second part is to wear it. So, very simple. Wear. Quest is done. Alright, if you're reading this, it's already too late. You must finish what I failed to do. The awakened are coming, and they'll stop at nothing to destroy this world. Start by consuming my fire skill elixir. You'll get this by inciting the conjuration scroll. Only then will you be able to comprehend my journal of fire knowledge, Sorcerer Altin. So you do have to do this in a specific order. So another quest reward here was the sorcerer desk. We'll get to that in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and take this. And we're going to read it. Or open it, I guess. Now, in it, you get a fire skill elixir and a journal of fire knowledge. Okay? So, the journal does require the fire skill elixir to be read or drunk first. Okay? So, concocted by Altin prior to his ultimate demise, this elixir will imbue his successor with permanent fire sorcery skill. So this one actually raises your sorcery attribute. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. Let me show you what that did. So you have all your normal skills, but then you actually have sorcery skills. So this is the main sorcery line here. And then you have your fire. And I actually got 2 points now in fire. And then you have your ice and lightning, which is not available yet. So those will be coming in a further patch of the game. Alright, so for right now, I have no skill points, but my fire sorcery is at level 2. So I'm an initiate fire sorcerer. Okay. So I can craft a fire spell forge. Doing good here so far. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and read this right here. All right. So so you wish to become a Master Fire Sorcerer. Very well. Let your training begin. Manifest and casting a simple fire spell can take a mundane decades to achieve. We have hours. Fire Essence and Fire Spell Forge. You're useless without them. So take these resources to get started. You must gather the rest. Burnt biome, burnt trees, and coal ore are excellent sources of Fire Essence. Okay, so very important to know that. Sorcerer Altin. So we're going to accept that quest. Alright, so upon harvesting enough fire essence from the burnt biome, burnt trees, and coal ore, you'll then want to craft and place a fire spell forge. This forge is essential to a fire sorcerer and is required to transmute fire essence. So transmuting fire essence is the only way to craft fire sorcery, such as spells, weapons, and resources. Sorcerer Altin. Alright, so we should have multiple quest lines going on right here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Journal of Fire Knowledge. And as you can see, I do have enough essence, but I need coal, clay, and small stone. It just so happens I am near a coal node right here, but I don't have anything to harvest with, so I'm going to go ahead and gather that up really quick. See if I find any stones really quick. Usually there's almost always a loose stone in the road. Let's get that stone axe. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and dump the note from Navsgain and land claim block. Alright, so you can see as I'm harvesting this, I'm actually getting fire essence, coal, and rock. So I can harvest this for a few minutes here. Okay, so now I need some clay, so I'm just going to dig right here and get some clay really quick so I can complete this quest line. Actually, you don't need very much. There it is. Alright, so now I need to craft a spell forge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put down the sorcerer desk. Now normally, obviously, you probably don't want to do this in the street, but, you know, maybe that's where you like to do your base. Alright, so I did complete a quest line at that point too. Alright, so here's all the things that you can make with your sorcerer desk. But the most important thing is we want this fire spell forge. So we're going to craft this. Alright. So that's going to take a minute. In the meantime, if you notice, as a reward, I got a skill grimoire offering. So invaluable to a black market merchant. This blood-infused grimoire may be offered in exchange for power. So basically you read this and you'll get a skill point. So if you notice I have no points available, I haven't done the opening quest yet. I will go ahead and read this. And I will gain 1 skill point. Okay. So don't feel bad about spending points early in the game. Not on vanilla stuff and actually using it in sorcery, because you will get them back. A lot of the opening quest lines will grant you a skill point. So you can both raise your sorcery skills and your vanilla skills as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go here. We got our spell forge. Just want to find a nice spot for this right here. And there we go. So now we have our Fire Spellforge. So having learned the importance of Fire Essence, you'll do well to master it, should you wish to discover an abundance. Now that you've placed a Fire Spellforge, you can transmute Fire Essence into its raw form for crafting. This process of transmutation is required to perform all major fire sorceries. You'll practice this process now by crafting your first fire spell and spellcast weapon, if necessary. You'll need them. Alright, so we do need to gather fire spells. It looks like I have 24, you need 40. So what we're going to do is we take this fire essence, just like a... Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold on to some of that. Just like a regular forge, you turn it on, and it'll smelt down the fire essence into usable essences here. Okay, and now you'll notice that I can create a fire spell. Okay, however, I can't. Uh-oh, how do you do it? Well, now that I have some skill points, I have to put a spell point here in the fire spell. Otherwise, I will not be able to make it. And I do have 1 point. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, I haven't done any of the opening quests, so I do not have all those other skill points, but you definitely want to save another one for the spellcast, so you can make yourself another spellcast. I did get one right here, and as long as you're not playing Darkness Falls, it can be repaired. But if you're playing vanilla, you know, just repair it, and you'll never lose it. It's fine. Alright, so I'm going to go here. Now I can make as many fire spells as I want. Well, maybe not as many as I want, but I can make that many. And I do have another skill point here. You get a lot of these as rewards, so I'm going to go ahead and read that one. Take my skill point. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fire spellcast. Alright. So we got those, and that is exactly 40. It's exactly what we needed. Alright. The time has come to test your knowledge of fire. Let's see if the elders are right about you. For your sake, I sure as hell hope so. What takes most a lifetime to even come close to achieving, you must do in a single day. Be well prepared for what lies ahead, Fire Sorcerer. It's all or nothing now, after all. Sorcerer Altin. Alright. So now, basically, you have a quest to kill some zombies with fire. Okay? So I do have 40 spells. I'll go ahead and kind of keep them over here. I have 8 Fire Tornado spells and some Meteor spells. Got those as a reward. Your Fire Essence is important because you can use that to repair your Fire Spellcast. So I'm going to hit repair. It'll take all 4 of those. Didn't go up very much, so you do need quite a bit. So it's absolutely worth harvesting. Oh, there it is. Coal from the burnt biome, or coal nodes, or the burnt trees from the burnt biome. Because you don't want your spellcast to run out in the middle of a fight. You won't be able to use it anymore. Obviously, you can make more. Just like anything else. And we'll go ahead and take those 24 and repair here. And that repaired it all the way with kind of 1 to spare. So not too bad. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and run over to the quest to defeat the undead using the fire spells. And one of the very first advantages of using the spellcast is holding down the right mouse button. So this is sprinting. And then the right mouse button, it's a blazing speed, so it speeds you up a little bit. But if you notice my bottom left, my stamina is going down, as well as my spirit. You need spirit to cast the spells. So you don't want that to get down to 0, so kind of want to have like a little balance here going on. Alright, so we'll get back on to finding this quest. Well, there you go. I have found a wild fallen here already. So I have no real weapons except for my fire spells. So you use it just like you would a bow and arrow. hold down the left mouse button. Luckily, early in the game, they're a little bit easier to defeat. Let's see. And if you notice, you can actually loot them while they're alive. But you don't want to be hit. They do a lot of damage when they hit you. Early in the game, not so much. The good news is if you're under level 10, they do not heal, but eventually they will heal themselves. Should have made a wooden plug, right? That's what you're thinking. Of course, I could also just run, but... There we go. And she's dead. You want to loot the little glowing orb. Get a little bit of ice essence in there. Alright. So, I only used almost half of my spells, so... we'll see how that affects me here. Okay, so I have arrived to complete this quest. I'm going to give it a few seconds because my spirit is slowly coming back. And I'm going to go ahead and eat. That'll help me heal just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to get on the fire spell cast. So basically the quest is you have to kill them with fire spells. So if you'll notice... Oh, you still want to run from those. But eventually, they will be taken out. There we go. Alright. So luckily, these guys are really slow. It's a really good place to start introduction. Alright, and as soon as you kill off 2 of them, surprises will happen. But at the same time, I'm going to go see if I can spot... Oh, nope. Not when you hear that sound. You want to run again. No, get her. Alright. So now to complete the quest, you only have to kill 1 more. Alright. So you get some more things when you loot the bodies. You definitely want to do that. I do recommend bringing a regular weapon, just in case you run out of fire spells. Okay. So the good news is these guys do stay around for a little bit, but not a super long time. Oh, and I should have read that. So we missed one. But now the next quest is to gather more fire spells. And so I'm going to need to do some harvesting. Alright. Definitely getting a lot of good stuff here. Oops, and I think that was all of them. Check out these ones. That one's done. That one. Okay. Awesome. So I did gather a few more fire spells, which is really nice. So kind of self-replenishing there. Alright. And so I do have the other quest to complete to gather the fire skills. Or fire spells, and those are all dead now. Excellent. Alright, so this is just an introduction video to the beginning quest to get you started. I know it's been kind of confusing sometimes, starting a new mod and not knowing, you know, what's supposed to be used, but most important thing here is that fire spell cast. You always want to use that. You get another fire skill elixir as a reward, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And now you'll notice that my fire sorcery is now level 3, which allows me to increase some of these others. Alright. So this was just a quick introduction video. Introduction to Sorcery Alpha 19. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, like the video, get that reminder bell going so you can get notified when either I go live or when I do another one of these introduction videos and tutorials. I am Sorcerer Altin. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.